Welcome back to BSTT. It's Ben here, and today I'm going over the GOAT sports movie of all time and the GOAT sports movie per category. So let's get right into the video. So, greatest basketball movie of all time is Hoosiers, where Coach Norman Dale gets fired as his job in, I think, like college because he basically hits a kid. So he coaches high school basketball in Indiana, and a lot of drama happens in it. He almost gets fired for different stuff, and he has no eligibility. But he brings this team of kids that didn't play together and weren't that good, and he brings them to an elite level, which is why it's the greatest basketball movie of all time. It has Gene Hackman starring in it, who is one of my favorite actors ever, and he's good in sports movies. And they also have good actors and actresses like Barbara Hershey, Dennis Hopper, Kent Poole, and Steve Holler. But yeah, Hoosiers is the greatest basketball movie of all time. Before I get into the next few ones, I just wanted to tell you guys that at the end, I'm going to show my runner ups for every movie. And just because I say it's the greatest movie in this category of all time doesn't mean I don't like other ones better. It just means that it's the best in that category. But yeah, baseball is Field of Dreams, where Ray basically he owns a farm in Iowa with his wife and his daughter. And so one day while working in the cornfield, he hears a voice that says, "If you build it, they will come," which he has no idea what it means, but then he sees like a baseball diamond, and then he pictures Shoeless Joe Jackson while sleeping, and he builds a baseball diamond. And throughout the movie, these different baseball ghosts come and different people, and it's a great movie. And the moral of it, it also has a good theme, which is like time with your family is limited, so don't waste it. Because he was close with his dad at first, but then by the time he turned 14, he stopped talking to his dad, and yeah, he lived to regret it. So that's the theme, and Field of Dreams is the best baseball movie of all time, or the GOAT. Football. This is a controversial one, but my favorite football movie is The Longest Yard. Although Remember the Titans is a great movie, which has a lot of important messages about like racism and how we are all the same and we're equal, so we should come together. But The Longest Yard is my favorite because it's the funniest movie. Adam Sandler is my favorite actor, and it also has Chris Rock, who's a good actor. But so basically, Adam Sandler's character, who was an NFL player, he was like the MVP and stuff like that. He got kicked out of the league because I think he shaved points or threw a game, one of the two. Uh, and the NFL banned him, and he became a disgrace, except for the people that liked his underwear commercials. But yeah, so he became a disgrace, and one night he got drunk and stole his girlfriend's car, and his girlfriend called the cops on him, and he got arrested for 3 years. And the warden there basically told him he had to play football. So he builds this team of all convicts, and they play the wardens in a game of football. But yeah, Caretaker is also my favorite character in this. But yeah, The Longest Yard, the GOAT football movie. Hockey, The Mighty Ducks. I'm gonna give a shout out to Miracle here because that's an elite movie, but The Mighty Ducks is great. Basically, Coach Gordon Bombay, played by Emilio Estevez, gets he gets arrested for drunk driving and has to do community service by coaching a little not a little kids hockey team but like youth hockey. So he goes to D5, which were the Ducks before he made them the Ducks, and they suck to say the least. None of them have equipment. It's like a poor area, and he doesn't like them. But he meets like Charlie Conway, and he and his mom, they kind of sway him to stick it out, help them out, and he does. And all of a sudden, they start playing, they get equipment, and yeah. and then they play the Hawks multiple times. And Bombay, he only hates hockey because he was on the Hawks as a kid, and yeah, he missed a game-winning shot, and he got blamed for it. But yeah, Mighty Ducks goat hockey movie. Figure skating, Blades of Glory. This is a funny movie, as it says over there, hilarious, starring Will Ferrell and John Hender, where basically they're both figure skaters, and it, they go against each other in solos, and they fight. Sorry. Yeah, so they fight, and then they get banned. But some old man gets them together to skate as duos, and the other duos partners, they try to like take them out. They try to kill them at one point. It's a really good movie, and it's so funny. But yeah, Blaze of Glory, the best figure skating movie. Soccer, Pele. If I'm being honest, I've seen two soccer movies in my life, and it was this and The Big Green, and The Big Green I hated. So Pele, it was a decent movie, and it was about Pele and his life, and showed like how he learned how to do the bicycle kick and all that, and it was interesting, but not my favorite movie. But yeah, Pele, the GOAT soccer movie. Horse racing, Secretariat. This is the same thing as the last one. It's the only horse racing movie I've ever seen, but it was decent actually, and it showed about how this girl, forget her name, but she found Secretariat because it was like a lottery between her and a different horse, between Secretariat and a different horse, and she lost it, but she said she wanted to, and it shows how Secretariat became the greatest horse racer ever. But yeah, Secretariat, greatest and only horse racing movie I've ever seen, and the GOAT. Golf, Happy Gilmore. Although this is the only golf movie I've ever seen, this is a great movie. Adam Sandler played the part of Happy Gilmore so well. It's hilarious. But yeah, Happy Gilmore, the GOAT golf movie of all time. Bobsledding, Cool Runnings. Once again, the only bobsledding movie, but this is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. So, basically, uh, in Jamaica, one, two, and three, they all run track, and he's like really good, and so are they. But him, Junior, he trips, and they go down with him, and so they hate each other. And then he basically goes to him who used to coach bobsledding, but you find out later that he cheated and lost his gold medals, to have Jamaica have their first ever bobsled team. So him, Sanko, Baldy, and Junior, they all work together, and they bring Jamaica from laughing stocks to heroes. And it's a good movie, and it's inspiring because it proves that you could do anything. Because these people in Jamaica, they've never even seen snow before, and yet they worked hard, and they went to the Olympics and made it into the Olympics. But yeah, Cool Runnings, the greatest bobsled movie of all time. Boxing, Rocky. So Rocky is probably one of the most famous movies of all time, and it's so basically Sylvester Stallone, or Rocky, is like a boxer, but he doesn't fight like big venues like Jake Paul and those people, like Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley. Nah, he fights in like these small arenas, making not that much money. Then all of a sudden, Apollo Creed calls him out on TV and asks him to fight him. So the whole movie's about how he's training, and then he fights Apollo Creed, and all he wants is to go to the distance. But yeah, boxing. Rocky is the GOAT movie. Karate, the Karate Kid. Karate Kid is one of my favorite movies of all time. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. It stars Ralph Macchio and Noriko Morita, who plays Mr. Miyagi. And so I loved all the Karate Kid movies except the ones that came after 3. Those were terrible. But yeah, so basically, Daniel moves from New Jersey to California, and he gets beat up on the beach. And these bullies, like Johnny Lawrence and the Cobra Kai people, they keep bullying him and beating him up. So he goes to Mr. Miyagi to teach him karate. And Mr. Miyagi's kata is all about defense. But yeah, and he learns a bunch of different lessons and different moves like the crane. And then he fights in the tournament against Cobra Kai. But yeah, Karate Kid, the GOAT karate movie. Here are the runner-ups. We have Remember the Titans, Rocky IV, Karate Kid 2, The Sandlot, Space Jam, and Miracle. But the GOAT movie is Rocky IV. Although it's the runner-up, it's because the original one is like the most famous, but this is the greatest sports movie of all time. Goes from, what's the name? Draco, doing some things to Creed. I don't want to spoil the movie. To Rocky going to Russia to fighting. From having the greatest training montage ever. He fights with Draco, and it's just an amazing movie. Has one of the greatest soundtracks ever. This and Hoosiers have the two greatest. But it's got so much good stuff in it. And Sylvester Stallone is probably the greatest fighting actor ever. But yeah, Rocky IV, the GOAT sports movie. Thanks for watching this video. I had a great time making it. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day. If you agreed with the movies I said, comment that down below. If you don't, comment what you would have done differently. Thanks. Have a nice day. Bye.